Today we're going to tackle the power steering fluid. The power steering fluid in these models is a synthetic fluid that's used in higher-end vehicles, BMWs, Bentleys, German cars, and so forth. And so I'm going to show you the technique for extracting and then replacing your power steering fluid. The power steering pump is located on the right passenger side of the vehicle on these models. This is an N62 V8. So the unit is on the right side of the vehicle, and you can see that it indicates that it uses the CHF fluid because it has the green label. If it's a black label, it uses dextran 3, which is pretty common. Now I'm going to remove the cap here, and I'm going to use the extraction tool to remove the fluid. Now the manufacturer doesn't specify that you change this fluid. It is a high quality fluid, but like all fluids, you may want to consider changing it ever so often. It'll only extend the life of your power steering pump and system. So most folks recommend that you change it at some point. And so this is what we're about to do. There are a number of tools that you could use to extract the fluid from the power steering pump reservoir. This is something that I sort of created, just a cheap fluid syringe, and I attached an extension hose from something else that I had laying around. And so I'm going to use this tool, but you could purchase a tool that may be more customized for this, but I wouldn't spend too much money on it. So I've extracted the fluid, and you can see that it's rather dirty in comparison to new fluid. New fluid is actually green, and I don't know if it changes color through oxidation or hopefully the wrong fluid didn't get put in here at some point. But the new fluid is green, and there's a significant difference in how it looks. So I've extracted the fluid and placed it in a see-through container so I can see what it looks like, and I'm now going to refill it to the proper capacity. You don't want to overfill it, so it's best to underfill it first and then carefully get it up to capacity. So to open the fluid container, you're going to pop the tab loose from here, and you're going to just simply pull straight up on it, and it has a spout that's designed to pull the fluid into the reservoir tank. So you're going to just pull straight up on the red cap there, and you can see how the spout just comes out of the container, and you're ready to pour. So I've filled the fluid up to the just below the minimum capacity, I would say, and now is a good time for me to talk about the proper capacity of fluid. The fluid, when the engine is cold, should be between the minimum and maximum levels on your dipstick. If the engine is hot, it should be no more than very slightly above the maximum capacity. And so that's very important. You don't want a lot of fluid overflowing through the outlet all over your engine and whatnot. And so just ever so slightly add fluid until you get, if your engine is cold, ever so slightly add the fluid until the level gets right between the maximum and minimum points on your dipstick. So hopefully you can see where the level is. It's midpoint between the maximum and minimum marks on the dipstick, and that's right where you want to be if the engine is cold. If the engine is hot, you just want to be slightly above the maximum point, very slightly. above. So before I replace the cap on the reservoir, I'm going to bleed the system. Now this is probably not necessary unless you're replacing your power steering pump because you're not introducing much air into the system, but it's probably a good idea to do it anyway. And to do so, you're going to start the engine and turn the steering wheel twice to the left all the way, and then to the right all the way. Okay? And that forces the air out of the system. Okay, so twice to the left and then to the right all the way. You're going to turn the steering wheel to the lock position. And from there, you're going to check your fluid and make sure that the level is where it should be. And you should be good to go. Thank you for watching this Bullseye DIY video.